Welcome, North Country soccer fans. This is Sean Rogers with Lee Barkham on the camera and helping me out tonight for Hometown Cable. We are at Plattsburgh High School on November 2nd, 2003 for the Section D Class Boys sectional finals. To your left in the white is the Chazy Eagles, and they are ranked number 2 in the state, and they will face the Elizabethtown Lewis Lions in the green, and they are tied for a ranking of number 20 in the state. Elizabethtown comes in with a record of 14-5, and Chazy comes in with a record of 14-1-3. This should be an epic battle. These two teams are crosstown rivalries, so to say, and they'll provide some exciting soccer for us tonight, Lee.
Yeah, long-time rivals. Back when I played in the 80s and 90s, fierce rivalry, and it's fed through now into the 2010s. So, going to be a really close, hard-fought battle for both sides.
E-Town Lewis comes by way of the quarterfinals with a 2-1 win over Crown Point. Don't be surprised by that score. They dominated that game. I think Crown Point only had one shot, but they did a phenomenal job and were able to move through the quarterfinals. Their semifinal game was against Wells High School, and they won that by a score of 3-1. Two of their powerhouse players are number 11, Austin Morris, and number 9, his brother, Joel Morris. Chazy, ranked number 2 in the state, as I said, by way of quarterfinal win 4-1 over Keene, and a semifinal win 3-1 over Scroon Lake. Tyler Hicks had 2 goals in that quarterfinal game, with Rabideau and Hayden Gay getting the other 2 goals. And in the final game in the semis, it was Lapeer Gay and Dylan Garrow coming off the bench to score the 3rd goal. Alex Rabideau coming off with 2 assists in that game. Josh Barrier, number 5, who just played the ball up there in the Northern Soccer League Division II MVP this year, is their top scorer, coming in with 8 goals and 6 assists. And we are underway here as that is number 9, Morris, controlling, as Spencer Rogers steps up and kicks the ball forward. Ball comes back to Zach Brothers controlling. Ball up the left side to Hayden Gay. Hayden Gay works through and is able to get past one defender, plays a ball to himself up the left wing, and the ball goes out of bounds. We are probably in for a real dogfight here, as these two have met twice this year. Chazy did prevail in both of those games. When they traveled to Elizabethtown, it was a 3-0 game in favor of Chazy, and at home it was a 1-0 game in favor of Chazy. Spencer Rogers moves up here and plays the ball into the box as Lapeer comes off his line and is able to control that ball, as we had Hicks and Rabideau moving in trying to get to that ball. Ball is played up by Lapeer and touched by the freshman Gage Duquette, number 10. He is held on to and is able to get through as Austin Morris plays back to number 6 for Elizabethtown. Number 6 is Cortland White. Ball played up and over, headed by Austin Morris, and comes back to Joel Morris in the midfield. Touched by Rabideau and controlled by Cortland White. White looking for number 13, who is Will Tompkins up top there, and Will is unable to get to the ball, and the ball's played out wide to number 19, Wesley Whalen. Ball goes out of bounds off of Hayden Gay and is controlled by Elizabethtown for the throw-in. Slips, and he had not thrown the ball in, so he's able to pick it up and do it again as Brothers controls. Brothers finds Rabideau, played back to Barrier. Back to Brothers, back to Barrier. That's Austin Morris working hard on Barrier and plays out to Gage Duquette. Duquette controls and works the ball back and plays the ball to Rogers. Rogers opts to reset and plays back to his sweeper, Doran. Doran swings the ball out to O'Connor, Keegan O'Connor on the far side fullback, looking for Zach Brothers. Brothers finds Gay, headed by Rabideau. Chazy loses control, and Austin Morris flicks, but nobody up in front of him, and the ball comes to the stopper, Lapeer. Lapeer plays back out to Rogers as they spread to the right side of the field. Rogers plays the ball up in deep, and he has 2 runners on. As that goes over Noka Bailey, and Lapeer is forced to come off the line and make a save there. Lee, what do you think the keys to the game are for each of these teams?
Well, the key for Chazy is going to keep the pressure on, keep the ball down, play your game, use your outside wings, and E-Town's just got to got to control the ball better than they have been early on. It looks like they're a little bit jittery out there, make their traps and try to get some shots on goal.
Yep, as Lee mentioned, the jitters there. We are coming into sectional soccer here. You get into playoff soccer, and everybody comes in a little tight, and so the boys are just going to have to get their feet and settle in on both sides. And Jerry Kowalski is our center official tonight, and he calls a holding foul on Chazy. And our linesmen are Jamie Labarge on one side and Dave Lee on the far side. Free kick is played up and chested down by Rogers out to Duquette. Austin Morris challenges. Duquette is taken down. The ball goes out of bounds, and that was off of Morris, so Chazy will have the throw in. Rogers throws in on the near side, played up to Hicks. Hicks unable to control as Hugh Hardwood chests the ball down and plays it wide. But that's going to be O'Connor for Chazy that comes up. O'Connor touches forward and then not able to control that ball as Brothers comes back to assist. Headed by Lapierre, headed by Barrier. Rogers comes up again and plays a big ball up looking for Hicks. Harwood makes that's number 6. White makes a mistake there and unable to control. Rabideau unable to get to it, though, and the ball's played back out to Brothers. Barrier controls at this point, looking for what he has, trying to find Hicks in the middle, unable to get there, and the ball comes back to Barrier. Barrier moves to the right side and begins to move up the side, works on the right-hand side, and Chazy, well, both of these teams aren't probably used to this turf. Ball rolls a little more freely, and they're going to have to get used to working the ball through on the turf. Duquette runs through the ball nicely and controls as the ball is headed back to Noka Bailey. Played out, and comes to Brothers. Brothers goes down, and Austin Morris goes down as Rogers fouls Morris. E-Town will have their second free kick of the game as Coach McCullough comes off the bench, and I think he's talking to Mr. Kowalski, but to no avail. This will be a kick by Brooks. Brooks plays the ball up, looking for Austin Morris as Barrier comes up and heads the ball. Flicked by Rabideau out to Hayden Gay. Gay brings the ball down and controls and moves the ball up the left side. Ball comes in big, and Joel Morris is just forced to try to play that one out of bounds, but there's Gay who traps the ball down with his chest, played to Hicks. Hicks plays the ball to Barrier. Barrier winds up and takes a shot, but it goes off the feet of his own player, Rabideau. Chested down by Brothers as Hicks looks to make this one in. As Lapierre comes off his line, he's still off his line as Hayden Gay moves. Lapierre saves that one, and it goes off the defense as there's 8 guys in the box for E-Town and not able to get there. It goes off the head of Rabideau and over the end line. Chazy with the early pressure here, Lee.
Well, a lot of chaos in that 18-yard box for E-Town there. Be lucky to come out of there without giving up a goal.
Yeah, Lapierre came out, slid, wasn't able to control the ball, and was still on the ground as Gay crossed that one in. And so we're back in here as it'll be a goal kick for Elizabethtown. Brooks takes the kick as Austin Morris flicks it forward. Rogers comes back, plays the ball forward. It goes off of number 13, Will Tompkins, and go out for a Chazy throw-in. Rogers takes the throw-in in front of his own bench and is able to throw it in as Joel Morris puts that one up. The header goes off of Barrier, they say, and we have 2 guys taking the throw in as Austin Morris is asked by Mr. Kowalski to move it back. Austin Morris throws to number 14, Deedham. Rogers comes up, takes control as Joel Morris tries to work through it. Barrier stops him. Ball goes out of bounds and it'll be another E-Town throw-in. We're in about 10 yards into Chazy territory as E-Town takes the throw-in. And the ball rolls through as Rogers gives chase, plays the ball off of Tompkins, and that will be a Chazy throw-in deep in their own territory. Rogers takes the throw-in looking for Duquette. Duquette flicks it back in and is sent up by Rabideau. Headed by White and goes out of bounds as Chazy will take another throw in here, and Rogers moves up and will take this one.
Good sign early on is that Barrier's well involved in this in the midfield for Chazy, and that only bodes well.
Brooks plays another big ball up as Rogers falls backwards but is able to head the ball forward. Lapierre steps up and takes control of this one. Tries to find Rabideau but unable to get him, and Barrier sees that the left side is open and heads the ball wide out to Gay. Gay brings the ball to midfield looking for Duquette making a run, and is able to do that. Rogers steps in front of Austin Morris, is unable to control And that's a handball by Joel Morris, and Chazy will have their first free kick here near midfield. Well, Lee, it's what we expected. We've been a little back and forth here. I think Chazy's had a little better of the play out of the gate, and they need to continue to apply pressure here.
I have to agree with that, Sean. If Chazy keeps the pressure up, it's going to be hard for E-Town to keep the ball out of their own net.
Doran, who has a great left foot, plays that ball up and just to the top of the box. It's settled down, goes off the foot of Hicks, who wasn't able to control, and the ball comes back out to O'Connor. O'Connor keeps the ball on the ground, plays it into the box. Swing and a miss where Hicks controls now, goes off a defender, and goes off two defenders and just wide. That was almost an own goal, Lee.
Wow, I thought it was in. I really did. It wasn't a really hard shot. It just was. It had seeing eyes. It was lucky.
So Hayden Gay's going to take this one. Chazy has been deadly on set plays this year, and especially on corners. They've been very good in the air, and we'll see if they can convert on this one. Gay plays a nice ball across. It's going to go far post. That's headed twice, three times. Lapierre comes off his line, and looks like Rabideau's going to get the foul as they hit each other.
Who had the finish?
That was good aggressive
Rabideau.
play.
Like Wesley Whalen.
It was a good aggressive play.
Yep, 50-50 ball, but they do afford the goalie a little more protection in there, and so E-Town comes away with a goal kick. Gage Duquette steps up, trying to head that ball forward and misses, and Austin Morris steps up and hips him off the ball. Played by Deedham across and played up big, which Doran was able to get back in control. Ball played up to number 2, that's Hugh Harwood, and again Deedham trying to control. Joel Morris steps up, was trying to control, but Zach Brothers able to take control there. Headed by Hicks the wrong direction, and again is touched by Morris. Out to Rogers. Rogers controls for Chazy, plays a big ball up over the top, looking to flick. All players miss that, and it bounces through back to one of the 4 defenders back there for E-Town as Barrier moves through 3 defenders trying to find Hicks on the run, and number 19. No, that's not 19. What number is that? It is number 19. Wesley Whalen comes across and is able to clear that. And this will be a throw-in, and Alex Rabideau is going to take this throw-in. He has a huge throw. This is likely to get to the center of the box as he's able to make a large throw. Flicked on by Brothers, across by Barrier. Back out to Hayden Gay, who plays the ball big left, unable to get turn on that with his left foot. And there's going to be 2 subs coming in for the Lions. Number 4, Trey Hulbert comes in, and number 5, Damian Gay checks on. Number 13, Will Tompkins is going to come off, and I believe that's number 8, Caleb Denton coming off as well. So we are at 28, about 29 minutes in the first half on the clock, and as Chazy continues to apply pressure as Bear lets go with another one, but that one's far wide right. Chazy's had a little trouble finishing this year, Lee, and early on here they're not able to put the ball in the net.
Well, they're missing, of course, early in the season, a preseason game. They lost their leading scorer, Derek Drake, who is their finisher, and they haven't really recovered from that, unfortunately.
So the ball is kicked out and is headed by an E-Town player on the far side and played up big by Joel Morris, but E-Town wasn't up, and this one bounces back to Doran. Doran plays through, finds Brothers. Brothers touches and is looking up the left side for Gay, headed down by Whalen. Gay is able to play that ball forward and is headed by Hicks. Flicked forward, but nobody there to help him as Joel Morris misses that ball. It is played back and reset to Doran by Brothers. Doran controls and is taking the space, looking for what he has, and plays right up the middle of the Barrier, but it's controlled by Joel Morris. Played off of Brothers back to the stopper, Alec Lapierre, and O'Connor kind of panicked on that one, and the ball went out. It's chested down by Hulbert out, and that was Doran who was able to play that one forward. Joel Morris tries to take a big shot from the outside, but it's rebounded off a defender as Tyler Hicks comes up with the ball. Number 2, Hugh Hardwood is giving him quite a hard time as Zach Brothers comes away with it, finds Barrier. Barrier trying to chip the ball forward as Lapierre comes forward with Joel Morris and Austin Morris coming forward. He plays a big ball forward, and no problem for the sweeper Doran to control that one. Number 2, Hardwood chests that ball down, and Hayden Gay gives chase, but is not able to get there. O'Connor takes control and is played over to Zach Brothers. Zach Brothers chips up, and number 4, Hulbert, is working over there on that side. O'Connor plays it back up to Gay. Gay controls. Gay looking for one of his strikers to come through with that ball as Alex Rabideau controls the ball and looks to cross it, but it's blocked by a defender. Headed down by Barrier. Barrier over to Duquette. Duquette, the freshman, is thwarted by Joseph Deedham, who plays another big ball up where Doran controls. Doran plays across looking for O'Connor, swings that one over, and there's no E-Town players over there as O'Connor has a lot of space, plays up to Gay. Gay touches back to O'Connor, who plays back to Gay. They continue to work the ball up the field as Rabideau lets one go, and it goes just wide of the net.
Boy, oh boy. Time again, Chazy had a great chance to put the ball in the net, and E-Town's pushing the ball forward, but there's nobody up there to pushing it to. They're just giving it to the Chazy defense.
Yeah, Doran's had lots of time back there. He's able to collect them, and they're putting lots of pressure on. They need to continue to do this and continue to work the ball toward that net. Lapierre takes another crack at this one as Austin Morris looks to flick the ball. He does so, but is unable to control as Barrier hits the ball forward. Duquette works with White. Duquette was able to come away with it, finds Barrier. Barrier looks for Rabideau, who's wide open in the middle. Rabideau tries to work the ball through, and he's getting open, plays out wide to Gay. Gay touches the ball, works to keep the ball in, and was able to save it. Touches past him, and the ball did go out. The linesman has the flag up, and it'll be an E-Town throw-in. So we are at 25-24 for the first half with 0 score at this point, but Chazy definitely with the better of the pressure.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Sean. It's been all Chazy so far.
Hicks controls at this point and kicks the ball out of bounds. Gay wasn't able to get up there, and so E-Town's going to have another throw, and he takes a quick one, and that one goes to Joel Morris, who plays another big ball up, looking for his brother Austin, but Chazy controls, and the ball's back on Barrier's feet. Barrier looks to play the ball through. It does get through, but Lapierre sees it and is able to get through there as I believe that was number 10, Huddig, back there, unable to control it. No, it was Noka Bailey who missed that one, sorry. Zach Brothers steps up, controls the goal kick, goes to Joel Morris. Morris controls in the midfield. He's a quick little shifty guy as he's dragon-tailed by Barrier and has to get rid of that ball and comes up to O'Connor. O'Connor plays the ball hard, finds his captain Gay. Hayden Gay plays the ball up the right side, flicked in, it goes through as Gage Duquette is now on the ball and he's open in the box. The ball goes off of a E-Town player and is coming out here to the right and goes wide as how does that come out as an E-Town throw-in? But he gave that as a Lions throw-in.
Pretty bizarre. I would have had to take an awful funny bounce.
Gage Duquette working to head that ball as Rogers works back and he's forced to play the ball out wide as Austin Morris applies pressure to him. 14 Deedham on this side throws up to number 5, Gay. Gay's unable to control, and the ball's played up by Chazy. Another ball misplayed as Brooks plays the ball out, and this will be a Chazy throw-in with that dangerous throw of Rabideau coming from the sidelines here, just the other side of the E-Town bench.
Chazy needs to capitalize. Right now, E-Town is real shaky out there. Defensively, they're making a lot of misplays, and they'll need to capitalize while they can.
Yeah, I think one of the keys for Chazy is they're going to have to get a score early as the ball goes down and falls in the middle of the box. Gage O'Connor plays it back into the mixer, and we're still looking for Chazy to control as there's a bite kick by Hicks. But it goes right to Lapierre as he was standing there ready for that ball, and they're going to call that as a dangerous play with too many men around him, and E-Town's going to have a free indirect kick from just inside their box.
Maybe it was dangerous, but I thought he kept it pretty low.
I did too. Barrier steps up, controls the goal kick, and Hicks plays it outside to find Barrier. Barrier still controls, and he's working past the defender. That is number 6, Cortland White, just forced to play it out of bounds. And again, the dangerous throw of Rabideau, almost as dangerous as a corner kick. Here it comes again.
I got to say, Andrew Rabideau's been probably one of the most valuable players in this team this year.
Yep. He's Alex, though. His older brother graduated. Yep. That one goes off of E-Town. That's going to be another Chazy corner, and here's another chance with for them to capitalize. They're waiting for Caleb Denton and Will Tompkins to check back into the game, but they're unable to as Chazy controls the ball and has the corner kick. Coach McCullough works to place his players, and the flagman asked Hayden Gay to move that ball. Nice play over. Is headed. Lapeer has to go up big to get that ball, and he was shielded a little bit by Hicks, but he was able to get up and get that one. That was good work there as Lapeer headed the ball over.
Tall keeper, got his hands on the ball, was sure-handed with it.
Nice step up there by Zach Brothers, but he's taking off the ball as Joel Morris controls. Barrier's working hard on him. The ball's played out wide to number 5, Damian Gay. Gay's unable to get there, and it'll be another Chazy throw-in, so the E-Town subs are still going to need to wait their time. Ball thrown in by O'Connor, a big throw over, and Rabideau controls. Ball played up by Gay, back to Rabideau. Rabideau unable to get the ball through as Rogers steps up. Rogers going to take the space out of the defensive position. He's clear up to the 40. He finds Zach Brothers. Brothers is loose and is taken down, but there's no play on. There was no call there, and Coach McCullough is off the bench saying, come on, that's got to be a call as Brothers was taken down. Ball played up to Gay. Gay looks to put this ball in the boxes. Oh, Lapiro did a nice job handling that one as Hicks was right on top of him. We're down to 20 minutes, 40 seconds, so we're almost halfway through this first half. There is no score. Chazy continues to apply pressure and is definitely controlling the play of the game here as the ball is controlled by Gay. Gay looking to cross the ball to the middle of his players, and Duquette comes back and looks to take control of the ball. He finds Barrier, who moved nicely to the outside to give him some assistance and open up as Morris steps in and the ball's played off of him, and Rabideau will come take another throw as these poor E-Town players are just chomping at the bit to get in this game down here.
And the defense is getting battered back there, so it's going to come.
They probably need those subs. Rabideau takes another big throw in, tried to flick by Brothers, unable to do so, and Lapeer comes off his line and is able to get to that one as his defenseman missed another ball. There's probably about 4 missed kicks completely swing and a miss by the E-Town defense. Ball lands and Lapeer heads the ball forward, and this is Gay looking to control. Gay plays the ball up looking for Hicks. Hicks trying to dig that ball out, but it's played by the defense of E-Town. Gay is able to control and play the ball past them, and chested by Rabideau. Rabideau unable to control. Barrier looks to control as the ball goes through, and this will be a E-Town goal kick, which will allow those subs to come on the field. So again, number 8, Caleb Denton, and number 13, Will Tompkins check in as Austin Morris and number 14, Joseph Deedham check out.
We're midway through the first half, and E-Town has weathered the Eagle attack so far. They're hoping to gain their footing and get a little more solid ground underneath it.
Lapeer controls the goal kick and played back to O'Connor. O'Connor was thinking about going back, but turns and says no, and is able to find Gay up the left side. Doing a nice job of using those wings. And they were able to dig the ball out, but again, another big ball over the top for E-Town, and nobody home as Doran looks and finds Barrier wide open midfield. Barrier moves, takes his space, looking for Duquette to make a run on this corner, but is headed by White. Ball played up by number 4, Hulbert, and controlled by Rabideau in the midfield. Number 2, Hardwood gives chase as Rabideau looks to move the ball across. Unable to as O'Connor plays out to Gay. Gay controls on the far side. Pulls the ball back, makes some space for himself. And that was another opportunity as, Gage Duquette missed the ball. As Lapeer comes out and dives on that ball, he misplayed that one, and Duquette was in his face and made him try to handle that one, and he comes out. There was some trouble for E-Town as far as injuries went earlier in the year, and Lapeer was one of those. He had a thumb injury. He's not been back for real long, and so he's getting his feet under him in that goal again. He is, I'd say, one of the better keepers of the region and does a nice job. The ball's played back and touched by Rogers, back over to Lapeer. Lapeer controls, but Joel Moore steps up and takes that ball. He's a fast little shifty guy, kind of reminds me of Drake as Barrier takes him off the ball. And this time he collects Barrier's legs, and Kowalski gives the call to Chazy. Doran will come up and take this free kick. It's about 10 yards into Chazy territory.
Well, if it's going to be Barrier on Morris all day, it's going to be a treat in the midfield, because I think that'll be a great battle.
Yeah, Chazy's midfield, those two gentlemen there, Brothers and Barrier, I would match them against anybody in the state. They're very solid players. They played together for years. They know each other well, and They're a tough duo to do anything against. Big ball played out, but headed back into the mixer by O'Connor. This time stepped up by a defender for E-Town is number 13. Will Tompkins gives chase over there, goes off of O'Connor, and this will give E-Town an opportunity. This probably is about the deepest they've been here.
Yeah, Blaze has not been tested in the net yet. Hasn't touched the ball.
Rabideau playing way back, plays up to Hicks. Hicks settles the ball and waits for his players to come, but he plays tries to play it out to Duquette, but was unable. Duquette now does control the ball, leaves the ball behind, has to come back and get it. He's being hounded by Hulbert, but Joel Morris tries to take it, but there's barrier. The ball goes off a barrier, and E-Town will have a throw-in. He's running a little too far there. Kowalski's going to back him up, and he decides to take the throw back to White. White nearly plays that one out of bounds, and he does on a missed kick, and Chazy will have another opportunity with a throw in here.
He's had real trouble today, this left outside back, White for E-Town.
Rogers looks to take the throw, and he finds Brothers open in the middle. Brothers with a nice little touch to bring that ball down in control, and he's looking to switch the ball over, and he does get it over top, but Gay was not prepared for that ball to get over, and he has to make a chase to the corner. Gay plays the ball off of a defender and stays in play. That's O'Connor who stepped up, and the ball goes out of bounds off of O'Connor again. O'Connor needs to work on keeping that ball in bounds and find a feed over there. He's having a little struggle himself. Brothers, again, just being an animal out there and controlling the ball anytime it's been near him. He's able to control, and he finds Rabideau. Rabideau plays the corner ball up to Gay. Gay controls, and he'll have the opportunity to cross. And that ball had gone out of bounds according to the linesman, so that'll be E-Town throw-in deep in their own territory. Chazy needs to turn around and not concede too much here as we're running way back. As the throw-in comes in, and is just booted up again. No E-Town players there to help as O'Connor's going to play back to Doran. Doran boots the ball up. Rabideau comes back and helps out in the defensive mode as Brothers controls. Again, Brothers, though, misplays the ball, comes out to the stopper, Lapierre. Lapierre looks for some assistance and loses the ball, but Rogers is going to try to clear that ball out, and Doran steps up. The ball taking some funny spins on it here as O'Connor's going to have to help us out and plays the ball up, but again, out of bounds.
A little bit of stress there back in the defense for the Eagles. They just got to try to keep their mind, keep their heads level, and control the balls.
Yep. Deedham checks in as number 4. Hulbert comes out, and he'll get a little rest. Barrier plays a big ball up and finds Hicks. Hicks is able to trap the ball and brings it down as Duquette's making a big run, takes the defenders off and gives Hicks some more space. Hicks tries to play through, is thwarted a bit, and he's able to find Rabideau. Rabideau's outside to Gay. Gay has dangerous with that left foot as Lapierre leaves one up. Oh, no!
They tried to kick it.
And
They're going to say the goalie, but yeah, it was
I don't know what happened there, but a flag went up here on the near side for offsides. I don't know what they were getting at there.
Boy, that's strange. That's a strange call. I really didn't know what was going on either, but yeah, you're right. Offsides is what the referee called.
I don't know. I guess they must have been in front of the ball. I didn't see that go. Brothers goes up and heads and wins that goal kick and is played forward by Rabideau. Rabideau brings the ball down and finds Gay, who plays to Barrier. Barrier back to Rabideau. Rabideau takes a shot. It goes off a E-Town defender, and Lapierre comes off and collects. Lapierre's getting a workout back there.
Yeah, he's made several saves, big saves early on for E-Town to keep him in this game.
Ball is headed down by Brothers again, and this is controlled by Deedham. Deedham unable to keep control, though, and Hicks touches to Rabideau. Rabideau's making a run, touches the ball outside as Gay's running on. Ball is played deep and outside, and Gay unfortunately kicks the ball out for Chazy, and this is going to be an E-Town throw-in.
Well, we got 12 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half, and I see Dylan Garrow coming to the sideline. He's going to be a first sub in for Chazy.
Okay, probably going to be Duquette coming off, I would assume, but I think he'll leave Gay in there, but it is a Chazy throw as a subs. And it is Duquette coming off. He's the freshman, and his senior Dylan Garrow checks in. Garrow's one of the hometown favorites here for Chazy.
Yeah, he's scored a couple nice goals this year, and he's a real good feel-good story.
The ball was played, misplayed again, and number 14, Deedham, is forced to just play it back up the field, controlled by number 5, that's Gay. But Lapeer steps up as a stopper and makes a play, and the ball is goes off of Hayden Gay. I believe, nope, that went off of the E-Town player, and Gay will have the throw-in. Gay looks to make the throw, and he's waiting for somebody to move and open up, and nobody's doing that. As Rabideau tries to make the jump and not able to do it, and kicked out by E-Town again. E-Town playing boot ball, just trying to get that ball up over. They've got Gay standing up top, but they haven't been able to find anybody up there yet. That one's worked out by E-Town, but again controlled by O'Connor, who's looking for Barrier. Barrier unable to control. Rogers steps over, and he'll control this ball. And he plays a big ball up top looking for Hicks. Headed back up by the defenders of E-Town. Touchdown by Barrier. Hugh Harwood takes the ball out looking for his defender, and that's Rabideau winning the ball. He backheels it and play to the feet of Hayden Gay. Gay can be dangerous on that side, as I've said before. Looks to play across, and Lapeer is right there as Hicks tries to work on that one, and they're gonna call a foul as Hicks and Lapeer collide again.
It was a pretty 50-50 ball, but again, like you said earlier, the keeper gets the nod on those.
Yep. So they're going to let them roll it up and actually take it where the goal kick would have been anyway, and so no harm, no foul, actually. Brooks plays the ball up. That's headed by Barrier. Headed back up by Garrow. Headed again by Barrier down to Hicks. Hicks controls. Looks to see what he has. Finds Barrier's feet. Barrier finds it through the feet of somebody. It goes, just wider than that.
Holy smokes. He almost made a lot out of nothing there. That was a great effort by Barrier.
He kind of just made a lunge and got his foot on the ball, and Lapeer couldn't get to that one, and it went just wide. Chazy continues to put pressure on. We're down to 10 minutes in the first half as Lapeer takes the goal kick out, and it's Barrier who heads the ball down, controlled by Joel Morris. Morris moves outside of Garrow, tries to keep the ball in bounds, and the flag goes up, and this will be a Chazy throw-in. Rogers comes up to take the throw for Chazy, and his captain says throw the ball in the corner. It's headed by E-Town, but won by Garrow. Garrow plays back to Rogers. Rogers lets that one come through. He's got somebody coming on. He's going to play that one back and reset the door, and back to Rogers. Rogers looks to find his guy on the corner here, is unable to do so as Deedham plays the ball. It's off of Deedham's feet. Oh no, he says that's a E-Town throw-in. I'm not sure where that one came from either. As Barrier comes up and heads the ball, won by Brothers. Brothers plays a high ball into the center of the field. Rabideau makes a run and is able to head the ball. That was a really good try by Hicks, who saw that he had Gay playing on the outside there. As Gay for E-Town comes to play the ball. Rogers controls, finds Brothers. Brothers finds Hicks. Hicks finds Rabideau. Rabideau able to move the ball. Chazy moving the ball very well here as Rabideau plays the ball to himself to the corner. And number 6, Cortland White, was forced to just kick that ball out of bounds, and Rabideau will have another throw deep in the E-Town end.
Real nice series of passes by the Eagles there, taking advantage, moving the ball right up the field.
So we have a Rabideau taking another big throw in. He's looking to flick that ball in there as Lapeer again dumps on the ball and is able to control. So we are at 8:15 of the first half. The score is still 0-0 with Chazy pretty much dominating this game. But the ball is brought down by Gay. Garrow steps back and controls the ball and is able to take Gay off that ball. He tries to play it forward to his strikers, but unable to get there. Ball is played hard. Rogers steps in, still controls the ball. Garrow comes over and he's going to work to play this ball off a Chazy player, and number 14, Deedham, comes out with that ball, but again, Barrier, the monster, steps up, controls the ball. We have the two Chazy monsters there with Barrier and Brothers in the middle, and again, Lapeer is forced to come off his line and collect another ball. Mr. Blaze is standing back there wondering, what's happening, and his counterpart on the other end is getting a workout as this ball goes back to Cortland White. White has to head the ball, and Joel Morris comes in and brings that ball out and down as he works on Garrow. tries to find Gay, plays it wide. Rogers misses that ball but he's able to stick him, and he did a really nice job of stepping up and controlling that ball. Plays it big, goes again into the Chazy feet as Rogers continues to try to move this ball out, and he's back controlling another one. E-Town putting some pressure on as Lapeer comes through and finds that ball. Garrow saves it, but it goes to Dedham.
Nope. They're going to call it one out of bounds.
It went out of bounds, and Chazy will have a throw, or E-Town will have a throw in here. E-Town starting to assert a little pressure here with 6:40 left.
A little bit. It's dangerous here at the end of the first half. Chazy can't give up.
50-50 ball as Barrier makes a spin move and controls that ball and comes out, and he finds Rabideau making a run. Rabideau looks for Hicks, but plays too big. Noka Bailey misses the ball, but Lapeer is forced to come off and play that. Dedham plays back to the center of the field, headed by Brothers, controlled by Rabideau, and Garrow misplays the ball. Garrow working on
Tries to get to the outside, but kicks it out.
on Dedham, and Dedham plays the ball out as Rogers will come up and make this throw. Duquette comes back and will be ready for the next throw-in. Rogers is going to make this throw-in, and he throws the ball to Garrow. Goes through as Rabideau comes over and looks to make that ball. Barrier sees that Brothers is open and plays it to him. Rogers controls. Rogers finds Garrow. Garrow he'll get a nice cross, and if he gets by here, Dedham hips him off the ball, and Cortland White just boots the ball out of bounds as we are down to 5:30 in the first half. And Rabideau will come over and make another nice big throw in here as Duquette is going to give Garrow a rest. Garrow put in some nice minutes there.
He did. He's the spark plug. He hustles out there, as do all Rob's players, really.
Here's Rabideau with another throw. Again, this one's going to get in, and it goes off of White, and this is going to be Chazy's opportunity with another corner. They've had two opportunities. Both of them have been headed to Lapeer.
I think if they capitalize on one of these, it's going to be a backbreaker for E-Town.
I agree. Austin Morris is coming in the line. He'll be checking in at the next opportunity, and Chazy needs to look to finish right here. Ball's in as Lapeer comes out and plays the ball. He's unable to control as he's laying on the ground. And
Now getting back to his net.
Alec Lapeer gives chase, and he goes down, and it's played up big up the sidelines as Chazy will get the throw in.
Again, self-preservation there for the Lions. They got the ball out of there as quickly as they could.
Lapeer is single-handedly keeping these guys in the game, I would say. Harwood tries to make a play on it and kicks it as Barrier controls. Barrier takes a hard shot and goes just wide again, but Lapeer made that save, and this will be another Chazy corner.
That might have been tagged for the side panel had Lapeer not made that real nice save.
Yes, he's had to come up big at least 3-4 times now, and as Hayden Gay makes his way over with 4 minutes left in the first half, Chazy continues to apply pressure.
Well, I'm sure it's disheartening for E-Town, although they may take a 0-0 tie at halftime to be a victory.
Yes, and that's what they got to be careful of, is you can't let them breathe some life into this. As Lapeer goes in and heads the ball down in the middle of the box, cleared by E-Town. Rogers in the middle of the field, and the ball's played outside here, and he's got to be careful as who is that? Gay is trying to work the ball up. Rogers is going to step in, plays the ball off of Gay, keeps the ball in as Tompkins controls, cuts the ball in, but Brothers comes over and saves the day. And Brothers continues to go as Tompkins takes him down, and this will be a Chazy free kick.
And the referee's going to talk to the player here and warn him about that tackle. That was a good chance for E-Town in the counter right there. It was a scary opportunity for them to come down the field. They did a very good job with that.
And I think that's been their plan. That's why they haven't had anybody up. They're working on playing everybody back. They know Chazy will come at them hard with 10 guys, and they're looking to counter, and they had the opportunity there. Flicked by Barrier nicely as Hicks looks to control and is able to, plays out to Duquette. Duquette cuts back in, goes back to middle and is double teamed. And again, Cortland White just plays the ball out big. We still have enough time here where this is not going to be an issue as Rabideau comes over to make another throw. You will see Brothers make a run at him to try to make a flick. When he does that, they're trying to get the ball to the center of the box, and then Chazy will work to find another player to kick that ball in. Here comes Brothers, looks to flick, misses it, and Lapeer comes through and gets it. Might want to play another one near post there by the looks of things.
Yeah, that would be a sound play.
Lapeer makes the punt. He's looking for Dedham, but it bounces over him, and it's headed by O'Connor up to Gay. Gay plays the ball a little bit big, and he has to slide. Comes back, and Rabideau controls, finds Barrier. Barrier back to Rabideau. Rabideau makes a nice little touch there. And but the defense closes down on it, and Gay comes in again. You can see they have 6 guys spread across their goal line as Lapierre comes out. The flag is up for offsides, and Hicks had the one step too early there, and he actually should have stayed right where he was because that's where the ball came down.
But the Eagles are doing the right thing by crashing the net because keeper's been made some nice saves, but he's also bobbled a few balls.
Yep, and he's got to be getting tired as they keep taking it to him there. Ball controlled by Rogers, plays a big ball up a little deep. Noka Bailey misplays another one as number 19 Whalen makes a charge over there, and he just has to play the ball up big. O'Connor steps up and plays the ball back to the center. White steps up, and now Barrier has another opportunity. Tries to make a shot, deflected off of Hicks, I believe, and goes wide. And we're down to a minute 15 here with that's going to be a goal kick. And as Austin Morris steps back onto the field.
Well, Josh had a little more time than he thought there. I think he could have took one more touch and put a nice shot, hard shot on goal.
Yeah, and I think he had some space. He could have taken maybe 3 touches and been up there a little closer.
Ball in by Lapierre.
Ball was put in by Rabideau, but controlled by Elizabethtown as Lapierre for Chazy steps up and heads that ball forward. Chested down by the defenses. Rabideau, that's misplayed, and this is going to be an opportunity for a quick corner kick is that if they hurry. There is 30 seconds left as the ball's put in there by the ball boy, and Hayden Gay is taking his time a little bit here. As we are down to 20 seconds and the kick hasn't been taken yet. Waits for his players to get set. Plays a nice ball over. Missed. And the ball goes another offsides as they're playing an offside trap on Chazy there.
I don't know you can be offsides on a corner kick.
Once it's touched, it can.
That was a great. Josh Barrier just missed that. It was going to be a goal if he touched that ball.
So we come to the halftime here, and I would say that Chazy is applying a lot of pressure on E-Town, and we'll be back after half. I think we'll take a 10-minute break here. So we waited 5 minutes here, and we're going to get right back at it. Rain continues to come down here, and I'm sorry, we're in Plattsburgh. I got that big P on the field there. We should know that. And this is Section 7 Class D boys final soccer game. Chazy Eagles in white, E-Town Lewis Lions in the green. The score is 0-0. However, Chazy has really, I'm going to say, dominated this game. They've had the pressure, they've had possession, and they've done well to control the play here. As O'Connor plays that up looking for Gay, goes off of Austin Morris, and Gay controls the ball again. Plays to the center of the field as Harwood steps up and plays that forward. Morris tries to flick it back through and unable to as they find Hicks in center field. Hicks looks to play outside as that's Duquette goes back looking for the ball. And that's going to be a Chazy throw-in. Rogers steps up to take the throw. And Chazy needs to finish here and get one in, as they have pressured, but unable to get it through. As there are 5 defenders back for E-Town as Gay gives chase. I believe that's Gates. No, I'm sorry, that's Will Tompkins now. Keegan O'Connor looks to cut the ball in, unable to do it, but Barrier's there to help him out. Barrier steps up and takes the ball. That is Gay. Hayden Gay working the ball as he's held here. Unable to see it, though. It is played out by number 19, Wesley Whalen. O'Connor steps up to take the throw in front of his own bench. And he looks to find Gay, but unable to get there as Whalen heads the ball out again.
First half shots, what do you think? I would say probably 10 to 15 for Chazy, and I don't think E-Town registers a shot.
Not a single shot, and if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure about this, Trent Blaze did not touch the ball. Oh, as Chazy is offsides again, as Hicks is standing a little deep, and he's going to have to get back and make sure he stays on side there, but they're looking to trap him, and they've been able to do that.
Yeah, they've played that offsides trap so far quite effectively against the Eagles.
So the ball is, I out at about 10 yards here, in his kick as played up, and Rogers collects this one. Austin Morris puts a little pressure on, and he finds Rabideau. Rabideau flicks to Hicks.
Ball's going to be slick here in the second half before it comes down harder. He's going to try to turn, but it's
Barrier controls, looking to cross it across there, but Whalen steps in and takes control. Barrier comes in backwards and is unable to do that, but ball's played back, and Doran's going to settle this one and take it out as... Now Joel Morris is coming as E-Town's beginning to apply a little pressure here. Doran comes outside with Austin Morris coming on, and they're going to give that one to E-Town as Joel Morris takes the drop there, and Chazy's going to have to look to defend here now.
There was a little contact there from behind, and I think it's a pretty decent call. A dangerous area. You're looking at probably, what, 18, 20, about 30-yard shot.
Yep. Joel Morris is going to take this one from the 25-yard line on the field. It's about the 8-yard line there for the 18, so yeah, I think you're right, about 30 yards there. Headed by Barrier, comes down as Hicks looks to headed again by Barrier, and Hayden Gay controls as Chazy looks to counter. Ball goes off Noka Bailey's face, and he finds Gage Duquette out wide. Duquette is hit, but still controls the ball, and he comes in. That goes off of a E-Town player, and I think that's going to be a corner. Yes, the flagging points for a Chazy corner.
Cleared away. Well, you just saw the Lions' most dangerous chance they've had this match so far, and they didn't even register a shot.
Yep, it didn't even get into the top of the box as Chazy stood there and was able to head the ball out. It looks like, Hayden Gay's going to step up and take this corner kick as Chazy looks to make its run in. Ball comes in, headed by, I think, Rabideau. And the ball goes out for a E-Town goal kick. Lapierre steps up and will take this goal kick as Noka Bailey stands in the goal in case it's misplayed.
man of the match for Econ Lewis so far. Chazy-wise, probably Zach Brothers. He's been everywhere.
Lapierre makes a nice kick out to midfield, headed down by Barrier. Barrier is still working to control the ball. Plays it through the legs as Joel Morris comes up and just plays a big ball, and Doran says to Blaze, come get this one, and Trent Blaze is able to touch the ball finally. Blaze normally has a great punt. That one not too bad as Rogers controls, but it falls to Austin Morris. Rogers and Morris fight for the ball. Morris comes away with it. Duquette works on it as Brothers clears it up the field big as Hicks runs on to Brooks. Brooks playing on the outside. Hicks takes him off the ball. Duquette steps in and takes control and is taken down. And that's going to be a free kick for Chazy.
So we're looking at probably 40 plus yards out. So they're going to look for a set play here. Hopefully loft it onto a head, flick it on, and maybe get a shot on goal.
Doran, who is the master free kicker for them, is he's not going to put this on goal. He'll probably sweep this one wide out to the left of Chazy's offense. Blaze played in nicely and big. And is headed out by an E-Town defender. I can't see exactly what number that is. His Barrier steps in, makes a shot, but Lapierre goes down and makes another phenomenal save.
I think that took a deflection as well. So again, keeper's on his toes. He made another great save.
Lapierre's on his game tonight. Now that's what he's going to have to be as Chazy continues to apply pressure. Big ball over the top as Tompkins tries to settle it. Misplayed by Lapierre, brought down by Gay. Gay plays a big ball up the left side, looking for Hicks. Ball goes over as Brooks steps off, but Rabideau steps in and collects that one as White is forced to just play the ball up big. Settled by Brothers, finds Barrier. Barrier looking to work the ball through, not able to get there as Joel Morris plays another big ball up, and the sweeper Dorn will collect this one. He looks, trying to find Lapierre, but not played well as Rogers plays across, and Joel Morris is looking to control this as Hayden Gay comes back on him. Plays through to Gay. Denton plays that ball back and is played by O'Connor. O'Connor heads the ball up. Hicks looks to control the ball, but is knocked off that ball by Whalen. Another big ball up, and Lapierre comes back and heads it back up to the midfield. Barrier looks to head it, trying to find Duquette out there, and number 6, Cortland White, just plays the ball big and out to Denton. Denton controls with Gay, but Gay takes the ball away from him, and Denton's forced to chase back again. Played by Harwood, but here comes Brothers stepping up through there again, and another big ball by Whalen played up big. Ball played centrally. and is now played out to Rabideau. Whalen plays that ball, goes off the feet of Gay, and goes out of bounds, and it'll be a E-Town throw-in.
Again, all over this field.
A little more pressure here from E-Town most recently. Good sign for E-Town, bad sign for the Eagles.
Yes. Barrier plays back to Rogers. Rogers goes back and resets and plays back to Doran. Doran, the sweeper, takes his space and is looking to see what he has. Trying to find Rabideau, plays a little too big. Played by White out to number 14, Deedham, who plays the ball up too big. And now the Rabideau looking to find Duquette making a run over there on the wing, goes out. We are at 32-18 of the second half with the score still 0-0 with Chazy and Elizabethtown in the boys Class D sectional finals, headed out again by Gage Duquette. Ball headed to midfield as Lapeer looks to control, and he finds O'Connor on the outside. O'Connor plays the ball off the face of Tompkins, and Blaze comes out and collects that one, and Chazy will have control of the ball again. Tompkins took quite a shot, but boy, that didn't stop him. He was going to get in on that one and do what he could. Rabideau looking to head the ball, jumps and doesn't able to control, but is able to kick it forward, goes off the head of Whalen. Another misplayed ball, and is kicked by Hulbert. Hulbert looks to control, played by Gay. Gay unable to control, but comes back to Brothers. Brothers plays another one off Noka, or Gay plays one off Noka Bailey, and Chazy will have a throw in again deep in the E-Town territory.
Almost looks like Hayden Gay's playing back a little more, not playing quite as wide and forward so far in the second half.
Yeah, and I wonder if that was something the coach talked to him about. And you'll again see Zach Brothers make this run toward the ball. But it's settled by Joel Morris, and he plays up trying to find Tompkins. O'Connor tries to play the ball into the middle, and Barrier unable to get there. And they look to Deedham trying to control this ball, but Gage Duquette is able to take the ball off him. Deedham gets it back. Deedham plays one up and is chested down by Lapeer. Lapeer takes the space, controls, miskicks it, and this will be a E-Town throw-in. Number 8, Denton is back in.
Coming in for Deedham. They're waiting for Deedham to come off the field.
Whalen is stepping up to take this throw for E-Town at midfield, and he looks for Joel Morris. Morris, not a very good kick there, and Harwood has a handball there as Kowaleski calls that one, and Chazy will have a free kick about midfield.
Well, we're 10 minutes into the second half now, and the longer that the Lions stay in it, the more dangerous it is. You don't want to get near overtime with these teams, and
that's for sure. If we go to PKs, you never know what'll happen, and we can get in deep here. So Doran is taking a free kick here as E-Town sets their offside trap again. Headed the ball up, but again headed by Barrier. Barrier heads the ball down, controlled by Rabideau. Rabideau brings the ball outside, but it's a shot in. Lapeer comes off his line and makes the save. That was a nice turn with a left-footed shot there by Rabideau.
That was an aggressive play, but hey, worth it at this point in time.
Barrier heads the ball up as Austin Moore steps up and takes that one. Rogers puts the ball back up in the air. Brought down by Tompkins, but controlled by Lapeer for Chazy. Lapeer goes up, finds Hicks. Hicks chests the ball down, has Gage Duquette making a run on the far wing. Duquette unable to control as Harwood plays that ball up. Zach Brothers back with Joel Morris pressuring him. Barrier plays the ball up, finds Rabideau. Brothers takes a step to the left, turns, takes a shot, but it goes wide, and it'll be another E-Town goal kick.
Weak attempt on goal there. I don't know if he was looking for a deflection or what it was, but it really wasn't much of a shot.
Yeah, I think that Chazy's beginning to assert themselves again, though.
It seems that way. There is a lot more pressure from E-Town on the defense, so they're putting one person up top a lot more readily this half.
Yeah, they'll look to make that quick counter. The ball comes out, and Rogers is going to control for Chazy. Plays a big ball up, and ball goes out of bounds. Wasn't a very good kick there, and E-Town will have the throw-in. The rain continues to come down here in Plattsburgh on November 3rd. or 2nd. November 2nd it is, and Brothers controls for Chazy, as you've heard me say many times, is Gay works on the outside on Whalen. Gay puts his hand up like he's going to make the service, and Whalen comes in and kicks the ball, and he brings the ball up the line, but O'Connor controls. O'Connor is looking for Brothers, but unable to get it to him as Doran chests that ball down. Austin Morris comes on hard, the ball skips past barrier, unable to control, and Austin Morris controls and is looking for Will Tompkins. Rogers makes the run outside, plays the ball up big, but misses his center mids, but that's okay as E-Town controls and plays it outside. Chazy takes control again as Gay looks to center this ball. Played up, and Noka Bailey trying to play the ball up, and now barrier controls. Bear steps outside as he gets the ball past Harwood. They both go down, but Harwood's back up with control. Barrier again takes Harwood off the ball, and the ball plays up to Tompkins. Tompkins misplays the ball as Lapierre comes over and takes control back out to Gay. Gay to Rabideau. Rabideau takes space, chips the ball over, looking for Tyler Hicks. Lapierre comes off his line, collects another one.
Nice play there. Again, Noka Bailey mishit a ball again. It boggles my mind that a sweeper can do that so many times in a game.
Yeah, and still not have a score against him. So Doran looks to play the ball up to the midfield, and Joel Morris, comes up and takes control of that one, but Chazy's still there. Big ball played up with Whalen controlling. Joel Morris touches, but Brothers controls. Brothers trying to find Rabideau. Noka Bailey just plays a big ball up over.
It's over the head.
It's over the head, and they run in, but it goes harmlessly there as Blaze collects that one. And Tompkins goes in, gives him a little shot as he goes by.
A little gamesmanship.
Yeah, he doesn't want to mess with Blaze. He's a hockey player. He'll put him down. Headed by Brothers, but controlled in the midfield by Harwood. Morris tries to find Austin Morris, but Rogers controls. Rogers trying to find Hicks, headed out by the Chazy defense, and Austin Morris comes away with the ball from, and he finds Joel Morris comes over here and controls this ball. That isn't Morris. Now Morris has.
Now it's Joel Morris.
Morris gets a shot. No, not a shot. It's a cross.
Shot.
There's a shot, goes harmlessly wide. Number 4, Hulbert, and that's the most pressure we've seen out of them yet.
Absolutely, and the outside backs, you got to remember, contain them, keep them outside, don't let them come inside on those plays.
Garrow checks back in as Hayden Gay's going to get a rest. I think probably just an opportunity for Coach McCullough to have a chat with him.
Yeah, a little coaching opportunity, get a quick breather, get a quick drink of water, and get back out there.
Barry tying his shoe there as the clock continues. We stopped the clock for that, and we're at 25 minutes left of the second half as Doran puts the ball back into play to midfield.
That one controlled by E-Town, but back to the Chazy defense.
Rogers controls on the outside for Chazy, plays a big ball up over the top looking for Hicks. Headed back up by the defender there. Another big ball played up, and this time looking for Garrow to run on. Garrow runs by the ball, is able to control as he fakes out Whalen and takes the ball to the corner. Whalen's running with Garrow as they work to the corner. They both go down. As Noka Bailey is able to get his foot on that one and stop that when O'Connor comes up. As Joel Morris takes control of that ball and goes by Brothers. Keegan O'Connor working back on him as he plays the ball out of bounds, and Chazy will have the throw in there.
Yeah, again, the counterattack for E-Town. Morris is starting to come alive in the midfield, and that's not a good sign.
Ball touched by Garrow, but controlled by number 5, Gay. There's Joel Morris moving the ball across. His Brothers makes a nice slide tackle and takes him off, but Harwood controls. Rogers plays back to the middle, looking for Garrow, but unable to control as Gay comes away with it. Gay be able to get through, but Brothers controls. Chazy plays another big ball up over the top, and we're just getting into boot ball here and not controlling as Noka Bailey is forced to play a big ball up and out of bounds. As Chazy will have another throw in here.
Chazy needs to take a break here, slow it down, get back to their game. Don't get involved in the booting.
Head over the top. Harwood tries to control, unable to get there. Rabideau working on Brooks. Is dangerous as it'll be an indirect kick as Chazy will have the opportunity for an indirect kick here.
Well, quite a ways out. Again, we're going to look for a flick ball or some kind of a trap, the top of the 18 or top of the 6, and a shot on goal.
New rule here this year, you can't just touch the ball. The ball has to roll before it's kicked.
Oh, okay.
It looks like Barry's going to try to chip this one and see if he can probably get Lapeer free and see if we can get a ball headed in. It's indirect. As Chazy discusses what they're going to do as Doran comes in here. They almost have Barrier let that one loose, and that wouldn't have been good if it went in the net because it just comes right back out.
You'd rather have the left foot here coming in.
Now the ball's going to come
Too much.
Lapeer goes up and controls that. He had Lapeer coming, but you're right. It was just too much.
Going for a rebound.
I should have been keeping tick marks here on how many times Lapeer had to come out and control that ball.
Chazy will control back to the sweeper Doran. Doran will now.
Doran plays a big ball up and is headed back by White.
Winning a lot of those 50-50s tonight.
White heads the ball out of bounds, and Chazy will have a throw in at midfield. As Hayden Gay checks back in and Dylan Garrow comes back off, Coach McAuliffe gave his instructions, got a little rest, and now Hayden's back on the field.
Yeah, I don't know how many other subs we'll see on the Chazy squad tonight.
Yeah, I think there probably isn't going to be much, if any. As Barrier heads that ball forward, it's controlled by Duquette. Barrier wins another ball, controlled by Rabideau. Joel Morris takes the ball. Rogers, big ball up top, headed back by his brothers. Chests the ball down, trying to find Gay on the outside. As Denton goes down. And E-Town will have a throw in. We're at 21-25. We're nearly halfway through the second half with still no score in this game.
Much more even second half here than it was the first.
That's for sure. Rabideau control, sends a ball up to the middle, and Lapeer calls for that ball to come through as Noka Bailey lets it go.
Well, it almost looked like he handled that ball. He looked like he wanted to at least.
Yeah, just in time he brought that hand down. Lapeer steps up and gets a touch on the ball. Funny bounce there. Barrier plays back to Lapeer. Lapeer goes back to Doran to reset.
They will look to come up the middle.
Doran with no pressure plays a big ball up the middle, goes past Brooks as Duquette comes on. Now trying to find Hicks. Hicks touches the ball down, unable to control, tries to play back to Rabideau as Barrier comes in with another hard shot on the ground. Had Gay running, but Gay wasn't able to get to that far post.
Yeah, Chazy's falling into the trap of trying the long balls from the defense moving forward. Get back to your short passes that worked real well in the first half. I think it'll work well here.
Okay, and we are, Noka Bailey is going to set this ball for another goal as we come down to the midway point of the second half. Austin Morris again comes off and is going to get a rest out. One of their star players, I'm not sure the strategy there for Coach Bueller, but he's setting him down. He was giving them some really good minutes. Brothers controls and tries to find Gabe, but unable to. The ball's played out of bounds, and O'Connor will have a throw in here for Chazy. O'Connor takes the throw in, looking for Rabideau. Rabideau traps. Tries to play Gay, but Gay's not making a run, and they're just going to let this ball run harmlessly for a goal kick. I'm sure Coach McAuliffe didn't tell Hayden not to run.
Yeah, Eagles need to build this fire back up there. It seems like they're losing their intensity out there.
Yep. They came out on fire, and I think the frustration's starting to set in a little bit. Tries to find Morris, but headed back forward by Barrier. Barrier looks to settle under this one and heads another one down. Controlled by Brothers. Brothers finds Lapeer. Lapeer makes the turn. Ball played off of Whalen, and Whalen controls. Barrier looking to control that ball and takes Brooks out, and that'll be a free kick for E-Town.
Yeah, it was a rash tackle.
Deep in the other territory, probably a good opportunity to take a chance there, though.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no harm in that.
Brooks is going to take this free kick. He's had a pretty big foot tonight. He plays it deep, and Barrier heads it back forward. Lapeer not able to control. Hicks comes over, but played up by Whalen. Again, Barrier wins the header as Duquette comes over and tries to bring that one down. Played deep. Oh, Lapeer misplays that ball with Tompkins making a run on it. Doran comes out and Rogers fills in for him, and the ball's played wide, and Duquette unable to get there. Tompkins has some speed. He's trying to put a little pressure on there, but they haven't been able to. They really haven't gotten a shot off yet.
Ball goes in, controlled by Chazy.
Barrier tries to play that ball away from Joel Morris, but he was able to get there. Gay shields and plays the ball up big. And as Rabideau pressures Whalen. Rabideau plays the ball off of Whalen, and there'll be a Chazy throw-in. O'Connor is going to take this throw. He has Lapeer open. Lapeer plays back to Doran. Doran looks to reset his offense and plays a center ball up, but Harwood controls. Harwood plays a runner, but Duquette controls. Duquette back to Lapeer. Lapeer finds Rabideau. Rabideau settles it nicely, makes the turn. He finds Gay making a run. Gay is on sides. He's unable to get there, though, and the ball goes over.
Wasted opportunity there. That was a good chance. And Hayden Gay's stretching his hamstring, it looks like.
Yeah, I think he's cramping up a little bit. He needs to hydrate a little better there, I think. So this will be Lapeer taking another goal kick for E-Town as Chazy applies a little more pressure. We're down to 17-14 of the second half. Ball played up by Lapeer.
And it'll be headed
Beautiful header by Rabideau. And Rabideau's going to play the ball to the corner. This is a real opportunity. He wasn't able to turn with that left foot, and it'll be another goal kick.
He couldn't get the hip around to get that ball up in the air and across, unfortunately. Alex Rabideau is a spark plug. We need him to provide that energy we read out there right now.
Yep. He's got a lot of assists this year, and that was a prime opportunity again there.
Definitely.
So the rain still continues lately, and E-Town with another goal kick. That one misplayed. Rabideau steps up on that one, plays out to Hicks. Hicks turns, finds pressure, trying to find Gay. Gay touches outside, puts a shot in with the left foot, but Lapeer's right there.
Yeah, unfortunately, almost every shot the Eagles have taken has been right at or near the vicinity of Lapeer. They haven't made it work too hard.
Well, he's had to make a couple of dives, and Coach Bueller is Austin Morris back at the line ready to come in again as Lapeer settles another one. And back to Rabideau, chested by Brothers. Hayden Gay looking to make a touch inside, and it comes off a player. And Whalen has to kick this one out of bounds, and Austin Morris is going to have to wait as Chazy will take another throw-in. Down to 15:45 in the remaining in the second period with Alex Rabideau taking on another throw. He makes a run as to Brothers. Brothers comes in, takes a shot, but that one's too big and high. And Austin Morris will check back into this game.
Well, as we say, time is wasting, and the Eagles are losing their opportunity to close this game out comfortably.
Agreed. Austin Morris checks in, and Cortland White comes off as they look to move things around and put a second striker up there and be a little more offensive for Coach Bueller. Gage Duquette gets his foot on there, and that ball's going to roll out of bounds, and so E-Town's going to be made to take a free throw from very deep in their territory as number 8 Denton comes back on, and number 4 Trey Hulbert's going to come off for the Lions.
So they moved to a 3-4-3 formation?
I'm not sure. I haven't been able to determine that yet. Morris is definitely up front, up high. Austin Morris is. As Brothers controls. Brothers plays, looking for Rabideau. Hayden Gay unable to control there as he chases Whalen. Whalen's forced to place a big ball. And Harwood plays a big ball out. Austin Morris heads one back, and Rogers controls. Rogers looks, finds Duquette wide open. Duquette plays a hard ball up in, but it gets through. Chazy striker's unable to get on that, and Lapeer collects another one.
Yeah, it looks like there's still 4 in the back for E-Town.
Yeah. Yeah, they are still playing just Tompkins up high. They're playing 4 across the middle. Played by O'Connor, cleared up by Barrier, settled by Hicks.
Played by Trevor Brooks, and he's going
Hicks is called for a hold, and Brooks is beginning to take a kick from midfield here. Unnecessary foul.
Yeah.
So we are now down to 13.5 with Brooks taking this free kick. And Coach moves his players back looking to head this ball as Barrier heads the ball. cleared out by O'Connor. Ball's down by O'Connor as
That would be fun.
Rabideau is fouled, and O'Connor moves up, and Doran will take this free kick.
Well, I hope they get back to their short passing game, dribble the ball up the field. Barrier hasn't been as effective this second half as he was the first half.
I agree. Doran plays the ball up, headed by Austin Morris, but Rogers will control. Rogers chests the ball down, looking for Duquette on the outside. Duquette controls. Duquette touches the ball and is still able to control as he works through on the outside, plays a hard ball through, but Brooks is able to collect that one. Rogers, another misplayed ball, but Barrier's able to help him out there. Barrier touches by. Barrier still working on the outside there, and I think that was White over there is just forced to kick the ball out again.
They close down on the ball really fast, E-Town does. They don't give you a chance to turn, so that's it's a tribute to their defensive ability.
Absolutely, where Chazy puts Rabideau on the far side, looking for that big throw in again. This time they leave Brothers alone as the ball is headed up, and Brothers chests that ball down, and he crosses the ball in. It comes wide. Settled by Duquette. Shot goes just wide again by Barrier.
Man, oh man. Hey, they call it a corner, so it must have deflected.
It must have deflected. Yep, Chazy's going to have another opportunity for a set play here.
No, they're changing the call.
No. The main referee is overturning the line of the call. He says goal kick. I saw the shot. I did not see a deflection, but you never know.
Duquette chests the ball down, and the ball comes up to Lapierre as Tompkins gives chase. Barrier looks to win that ball as Lapierre comes forward and heads down another ball. Tompkins goes to Austin Morris. Morris tries to play a big ball over, but Barrier deflects it. Lapierre looks to stop Austin Morris again as Barrier steps in and takes control from him. Another big ball out by Brothers as Hicks heads the ball forward, but Whalen steps up and touches as Brooks looks to control. Brooks touches outside, and they play back to Brooks again.
Brooks is going to come up from his stopper position now. He's going to pass back to Cortland.
Back to White. White plays forward, but controlled by Rabideau. Rabideau has a guy running on the far side in Hicks, but it's played off a defender for E-Town and goes out of bounds. We are down to 10:50 in the second half.
Yeah, I think the collars are getting tight in the crowd at least.
Yep. Another ball played up to Duquette. He's unable to control, and this is going to go out for another goal kick. Chazy's got to, like you've been saying, Lee, they got to get the ball to feet and control, and they got to start putting some balls on net here.
And they got to finish. That's the biggest thing. They got to finish.
Trey Hulbert checks back in as Deedham comes off. So we're approaching the 10-minute mark here, and as Lapierre is going to take another free kick here, and that one's low and hard as Rabideau heads that one across. Played a little bit big by Duquette, but the ball's still bouncing and taking some funny bounces here as Barrier controls. Barrier finds Brothers, back to Barrier. Barrier again to Brothers. Brothers making a run on it, but White kicks the ball out of bounds again, and Rogers will go over for Chazy to take the throw-in. Still a lot of time here, and over 9 minutes as Rogers throws the ball up and finds Brothers, but it's again cleared out as Austin Morris looks to control that ball. Rogers and Morris both go
controlled by Chazy.
As Morris lays on the ground there, and Chazy will have a throw in again. Austin Morris is, I think he might have the wind knocked out of him, and there's going to be time out here, and we'll be back after they take care of him. So Morris comes off under his own power. That's good news. He's able to jog off the field, and ball's headed out by Gage Duquette, and E-Town will have a throw in deep in their territory again.
Ball comes in.
Ball's thrown in, and Duquette controls that one. Goes off an E-Town player, and this will be a Chazy throw in. We're at 9 minutes of the second half, left in the second half, I should say, and Rogers will take this throw in for Chazy.
Ball comes in.
Rabideau makes a run, and the ball comes back to Lapierre. Lapierre kicks the ball, and it's likely going to be out of bounds, and it will be. And number 4, Hulbert, grabs that ball. Carlin White is going to take the throw in. White makes the throw, is flicked forward, and Gay comes back and controls. Back to O'Connor, finds Barrier on the left wing. Barrier controls, taking his time, seeing what he has. he works past Harwood, chips the ball across. It's played up, but O'Connor is back to control. O'Connor looks and he finds Rabideau at the top of the box. Rabideau unable to control, goes off of a Chazy player as Hayden Gay looks to control. Gay has 3 defenders in front of him, not able to get through as Noka Bailey comes up and plays a big ball. Tries to find Will Tompkins and is unable to as Doran controls. Doran looking for Gay. Gay shields the ball well and is able to get there. And again with the slide makes it, but again 3 defenders that goes off of Gay. Oh, they said that's off of an E-Town player, and that was a give back from an earlier one, I would say.
It's got to be, because that was very clear.
That clearly went off the shoulder of Gay. Rabideau makes his throw, flicked by.
Another ball high, another header.
Here's Barrier with a chance. Barrier, hard shot. Oh! Deflected, and that's going to be a corner for Chazy.
Man, oh man, oh man. I'm telling you, how many chances do they have? How many chances do they miss? Holy smokes.
Well, when there's 8-10 in the box, it's tough to get it through all them bodies.
We'll be filling a lot of scripts for Nitro Stat tomorrow. Holy smokes.
So we're at around 7 minutes left in the second half. Oh! That was a great opportunity for Rabideau as he puts the ball over the net. If he could have headed that one down, Lapeer was out of net, and I think that one was going to be in.
It was tough. He has great ups, but that ball was high, and he got up as high as he could and couldn't get up and over it.
Yep. So we're at 6.5 minutes now as Lapeer plays another goal kick for Chazy. Really miskicked that one, but goes off of Harwood, and they're able to collect it as Duquette comes back and controls.
Controlled by White, I believe.
Chazy throw in. Duquette to make the throw in, looking for Rabideau. Rabideau controls. Rabideau looking for Hicks. Hicks is able to settle the ball, looking for Hayden Gay. That's played back. Whoa! That was purposefully played back, and the referee says no, that was not purposeful to the keeper, and lets that one go. Lapeer was taking a chance handling that ball. Ball's played up to Tompkins, goes off of Tompkins, and Chazy will have a throw in. Ball thrown up to Hayden Gay. Hayden not able to control and goes by him, and this one's going to go down the line deep. Doran's working to get this ball, and he plays the ball out. This is fairly deep in the E-Town offensive territory as Deedham chips back in.
Who's he coming in for? Trey Hulbert?
I haven't seen a E-Town player come off yet. As number 8 just stepped off. Denton steps off.
Deedham with the throw in near the penalty area.
Oh boy, headed by Brothers, and it's deep in the Chazy defensive end here as they pressure here. Deedham makes another throw. Headed out by Brothers. Ball is through. Over the net, and that was definitely that was the best opportunity the E-Town's had all night.
Yeah, they had actually a chance on getting the ball on goal, and Chazy needs to button up defensively here and try to pop the ball on their own in the other net.
Chazy, E-Town had 5 minutes left in the in regulation here, and the ball is played up, and the Barrier is unable to head that ball.
Now control.
Harwood controls. Harwood looks for Tompkins. I'll be able to get there as Lapeer. He and Lapeer battle for the ball, and Harwood is called for the push. That was Tompkins called for the push as Doran looks to take this kick, and Denton comes back to the line. Doran makes a big kick up in, looking for Barrier. He and Barrier and Harwood both missed that ball, and the ball's played out, looking for.
Joel Morris is going to. Joel Morris tries to run, but it's going to be Chazy ball. Now coming back.
Rogers makes the throw in.
Throws in, headed by.
Duquette unable to control there as Lapeer plays it off of Joel Morris controlling here. This is not good as Lapeer comes forward and takes control. O'Connor is coming out as E-Town's putting most pressure on that I've seen all night, and they are forward here. They're looking to sneak this one in.
Caleb Denton's going to throw.
Denton makes the throw, looking for Joel Morris. Morris makes the flick. Brothers calmly collects and makes the kick. Noka Bailey traps the ball down and then kicks the ball over as Duquette comes in and heads the ball, misplayed, and Rogers settles it but unable to settle it as Deedham controls. Duquette and Deedham working together there on that one, and Duquette wins that ball as Joel Morris controls, makes a big shot as Trent Blaze comes off and collects that ball.
Eagles have to play their game. They can't fall into the trap of booting the ball.
We are down to 3 minutes left in regulation as Chazy continues to work to try to save this one. Ball headed by O'Connor. Joel Morris hustles to the ball and beats Gay there as Black Brothers controls. Brother slips it by him. The ball goes off of Denton, and it'll be a Chazy throw-in.
Zach Brothers has been the only guy around to contain Joel Morris. He's done a really good job. Now Blake's looking to throw. Ball comes in.
Gay makes the throw. It goes off of Rabideau, and that's going to be a green throw. We're down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in regulation. As that ball goes off of E-Town, and the Chazy will have a midfield throw, and O'Connor brings the ball forward, finds Barrier. Barrier lets that ball run, and he's looking for Hicks to make a run up there. Noka Bailey heads the ball out, though, and Joel Morris plays a big ball up, headed back. As Will Tompkins looking to get there, he goes off of Tompkins and out of bounds. We're down to 2 minutes left in regulation.
Well, this is appears it's going to be going overtime this game.
We're in the 79th. Minute in the 0-0 game. This is
headed out by Denton, and this will be a Chazy throw-in. Gay makes the throw looking for Hicks. Unable to get there, and again Gay has the throw with 1:30 left in regulation. Looking for Hicks again. Another one played out by Whalen. This one's going to be by Rabideau now.
Get your heads on the ball, boys.
79 to 80 minutes of regulation. Ball comes in.
Rabideau makes the throw. It goes through, and Lapeer is able to get his foot on the ball.
Corner kick.
And we are going to.
And it's called a goal kick. We're down to 1 minute left as Noka Bailey's going to handle this one back, and Lapeer's going to make this kick.
We are getting ready to cross into the 80th. Sets it up, and we are now in the 80th minute of play. Ball comes out.
That one goes over, brothers, as Tompkins controls.
Pops it up.
Tompkins comes in and bodies that ball down as Gay plays the ball forward. Gay flicks back to his defender, O'Connor. O'Connor looking to play forward, but again blocked by Tompkins. Ball goes out, and it'll be a throw-in with 38 seconds left as Denton is going to make the throw-in.
Denton slips. Now looks for the throw.
Brothers heads the ball forward to Gay.
Has it. He goes over.
Gay heads the ball out of bounds. Denton goes down, and it seems like he might be injured.
Foul there.
Yeah, he jumped right on top of him.
Throws it in.
Tompkins throws his body in there, and this is going to be a goal kick.
That's going to be a goal kick.
We're down to 15 seconds. We're going to overtime here in Plattsburgh. The ball is not even going to get kicked because we go to overtime. So the boys are 2 15-minute periods, sudden death. So we'll be setting the clock to 15 minutes after a short break, and we'll be back.
We're 7 this time.
Okay, we are back. We are going to start overtime now. Chazy versus E-Town in the boys Section 7 Class D finals. And Chazy will take the kickoff. The boys overtime works that there are 2 15-minute sudden death periods. So it's golden goal. Somebody scores, it's over. And we'll play 2 15-minute periods. If that ends in a tie, then we'll go to penalty kicks. Chazy, we talked to John Corrier from the Press Republican, and in his estimation, the shots are 15-3 in favor of Chazy. As E-Town presses with
looking to get down into the air.
With number 8 Denton over there making a run.
Now Brothers on the throw.
Brothers takes the throw in, finds Rabideau. Rabideau plays the big ball up, but the ball goes out of bounds, and E-Town takes the throw in. Again, headed by Barrier. with Rabideau running in there, but I think that's number 2 Harwood coming back. Rogers with Tompkins really working on him, and he makes a nice touch by and plays the ball up looking for Rabs. Rabideau plays up looking for Hicks. His White has to play a big ball up to the middle of the field. Tompkins touches the ball back as Morris tries to take a shot from there as Gay controls. Hayden Gay with Denton on him, and Gay plays it off of Denton, and Gay will take the throw and gives the ball back, and O'Connor will take the throw.
Now the Eagles at the second half lost their midfield superiority, and that's been the difference in why this game is in overtime.
Yes, Brothers plays out to Gay, and Gay's I think is losing a little steam here. He hasn't been as crisp as that's called a handball on Hicks, and E-Town will have a free kick there, which I'm sure Brooks will take for them. Brooks is a big, solid kid and has a nice foot. Brooks plays the ball up, and this one headed by Gay. Harwood steps back and heads that, flicked by Denton, settled by Tompkins. Plays to Lapeer. Lapeer plays another big ball up, and Whalen plays a big ball. Ball's headed out to Gage Duquette. Duquette heads the ball down and finds Lapeer, or Rabideau. Rabideau chests the ball down. And Chazy's looking for Hicks. Hicks unable to control that one, and it comes back to Rabideau. Rabideau looking for barrier, but that was a nice play by Noka Bailey to come up and take control of that one. Tompkins trying to run on, and I think it's E-Town's idea here to try to take this to PKs.
Yeah, it's probably their best chance to win.
E-Town throw in, and that one comes back. Rogers steps up and plays the ball forward. Ball played to the middle of the field by Duquette. This is kind of deep in Chazy territory for that, but Rabideau controls it. It's just a big ball up, and they have nobody up. They're kind of in a defensive mode here as O'Connor controls. O'Connor looking for Gay. Gay settles the ball, finds Rabideau. Rabideau finds Barrier, but Barrier unable to get there as Diem was able to take the ball out.
Yeah, Gay is not 100%. His hamstring is cramping up. Robbie's going to have to substitute him off.
Trent Blaze comes off his line, collects the ball over there in the box, and he'll play this ball with the punt up to midfield as Barrier looks to control. Joel Morris controls, moves away from Barrier. Brother steps in to put some pressure on him. Tompkins tries to handle and played up to Duquette. Duquette works to play outside and is looking for Hicks. Ball is headed by a E-Town player, and Rabideau controlled but was unable to move it as Diem moves the ball to the outside. Diem cuts and Lapeer heads the ball to Brothers. Brothers back to Barrier. Barrier back to Brothers. Joel Morris settles the ball as Will Tompkins now has control of the ball. Lapeer does a nice job running through that ball and keeping control as the ball comes up to Gay. Gay's trying to run on, but he's got a hamstring problem and he's not able to really go there as Rabideau looks to control. And now Barrier settles. Barrier plays a big ball up, but Gay's not able to get on there. And heads the ball back as Joel Morris comes back and goes down. And they're going to call that a trip, and E-Town will have a mid-field trip.
Well, Ralph was going to let it go for advantage. However, the advantage went away quickly, so he made the call.
So we are down to a little over 10 minutes already as Brooks is going to take this kick about midfield as they send 6 players up and keep 4 back. And Brooks plays a nice ball up to the top of the box, headed out by Lapeer. I'm sorry, that was by Barrier. Gay plays the ball up, looking for Hicks. Whalen looks to play that ball and misses and is headed by Hicks. Whalen works Hicks off the ball and plays another one, and Rabideau runs through and takes control. Rabideau by Whalen. Rabideau by Brooks. Rabideau still in control. And he has some runners. As Gage Duquette is there and unable to control, that could have been the ball game right there, but Duquette was unable to get that. He is able to save it and plays by. And Duquette looks to service it and is able to get it there, and Chazy will have a throw in, and they'll obviously send Rabideau over there.
Well, best opportunity Chazy's had in quite a few minutes out there to put some pressure on the E-Town goal.
If Duquette would have been able to get a touch on that one, I think that one was buried and this game was over. Freshman jitters there probably, though.
No doubt.
Lapeer makes the throw. Flicked. Brought down by Duquette is trapped by I think that was Noka Bailey that was able to control that one, and Rogers slides trying to keep the ball in bounds and unable to do
And
so.
it won't happen. It's going to be time throw.
Number 5,
Gate comes in.
Gay checks in. As I think that's Will Tompkins is going to come off.
Out.
Another consideration: this is the biggest field that other team has played on this year, more than likely, as far as width goes. So it's taking its toll here as you played past 90 minutes, and a lot of players have played the whole game for Chazy.
Rogers plays a big ball over, and Denton is there to control. Denton keeps the ball in. No, it goes out of bounds, and Chazy will have a throw in.
Good hustle by Caleb Denton.
So we are down to 8.5 minutes as Keegan O'Connor looks to take the throw in. His team says throw it forward as Gay touches and the Lapeer controls back to Brothers. Brothers looks to switch the field. Duquette making a run on there trying to find Rogers. Rogers touches forward, but Austin Morris is going to come back and control and play back to his defender. Big ball played up and flicked back, and Doran will take control of this one. Doran has his defender wide open as O'Connor comes over here, and now he has Gay. Gay steps to the sideline and has control of the ball. Tries to cut it back, and Denton goes off of him, and Chazy will have a throw in as they start to work the ball up into the E-Town field again. Ball comes into Rabideau. Rabideau controls. Looks to find Brothers. Brothers steps in front of Morris, and was unable to control, and the ball's going to come back again to Doran. Chazy looks to spread the field. As Doran looks to take opportunity and maybe play a big ball over, but White steps up and heads that ball.
He makes the play, but now what's
Gay plays the ball, and Doran looking to find somebody and just had to play the ball up as nobody was available. Back out to Gay. Gay takes the ball and looks to pass to Barrier. Barrier's making a run on the ball. He has Duquette open on the far side, finds Duquette. Duquette cuts that ball back. Cortland White and he go down, and they say play on, and White comes out with that ball and is looking for Austin Morris.
Morris trying to run.
Doran runs to that ball as the ball runs down and goes out of bounds. To be a Chazy throw-in. Doran finds Rogers. Rogers looks to play the ball big into Rabideau, but Rabideau unable to get there, and it's played by Denton. Denton out to Barrier to Brothers. Brothers looks to find Gay on here, and he's unable to get there as that leg is just not 100% and can't really go.
No, and it doesn't look like Coach McCall's going to substitute him either. Nobody's getting ready on the bench.
Ball goes off of, he calls that off of Gay, and Denton will take this throw, and
now Caleb Denton looking for corner.
That goes off of O'Connor, and again, the E-Town's working their throws in deep. Number 4, Hulbert checks back in as Denton comes off.
Popped up by
Gay.
Now
Joel Morris tries to put a shot in there, and the ball goes out to number 14, Deedham, who plays a big ball in.
It's going to be tracked.
Headed by, Joel Morris takes a shot, and that one's going to go over to Chazy. He'll have a goal kick. We are down to 5:40 in the first OT period.
Yeah. You really hate to see a championship decided on penalty kicks, and I hope it doesn't get to that. I hope we get a good goal to finish this game.
So Doran will take the goal kick for Chazy as we're down to 5.5 minutes. And Doran plays a nice goal kick up, looking for Barrier. Barrier flicks the ball up, looking for Rabideau. Rabideau flicks, looking for Hicks. Cortland White comes up and plays another big ball as Brothers heads the ball forward. Hicks unable to control, and Cortland White plays another big ball up, and Lapeer looks to control that one as Hulbert comes over and controls.
Trey Hulbert looking to get through.
Hulbert working on Brothers.
Not many people.
Brothers keeping in front of him, and ball comes through, and that was a dangerous ball. Lapeer was able to clear the ball out of the box. Doesn't get to the ball, though, for Hicks, and Rabideau's just forced to play the ball up big. And here comes Gay trying to get on this one as Whalen plays the ball up and finds Morris. Brothers outruns Morris, and Morris is still trying to get there. Morris actually beats him as the second kick comes through, and Gay touches through. Rabideau unable to get there as the ball goes up, and that ball should stay in bounds. With Gay getting there.
It's going to be an E-Town corner.
Oh no, E-Town has a corner deep in Chazy with 4 minutes left in the first OT period.
Well, the biggest thing is not to panic. play your game, get your head on the ball, get it out, and clear it.
Joel Morris setting up to the corner. Morris kicks it in.
Morris takes the kick. It's low and hard.
Harwood. Oh, pushed out.
Barrier. Oh no, Doran came off and put that one out deep.
Brooks will look to bring it back.
Brooks beats Hicks and moves to the corner. Beats Duquette. Looks to cross that one in. It's Austin Morris that controls. Austin Morris moving the ball back as Gage Duquette. Austin Morris goes down and Chazy has control and just clears the ball. Touched by Cortland White, but it's going to come back to Noka Bailey. Noka Bailey touches up as Hicks comes on hard. And Noka Bailey plays the ball out as Keegan O'Connor makes a run onto this one. O'Connor plays the ball up, and this will be settled by Hulbert. Hulbert looks to get past Brothers. He's unable to do so. It goes. Brothers able to save it. Now that one goes off of Hulbert, and that's a Chazy throw-in.
Ref cut that one right.
Yes, we are at 3 minutes left in the first period of overtime. Still scoreless.
Now ball comes in.
Throwing comes to Joel Morris, who just plays the ball up big. Lapierre looks to touch that down as Rogers takes control. Rogers plays a big ball up, trying to find Hicks. Cortland White is able to get his head on the ball, but it comes to barrier. Harwood touches by as it comes outside, and Lapierre comes out to play the ball. Looking for barrier, unable to get there as Harwood controls again. Chazy looking a little fatigued here at this point. As Whalen plays the ball up. There comes the monster back in as Brothers plays it. Rabidou plays a big ball, and White plays the ball mistakenly, and it goes over there as Duquette controls, but I'm not sure who that is, but plays the ball, and Chazy will have a throw in over there.
Yeah, I think the kids are getting tired. I don't know if Rob has a player on his bench that could be fast and get a good chance on goal. Replace one of those forwards and see what will happen.
Yep. So it's Chazy controlling the ball as Hayden Gay works to shield. We're at 2 minutes now left in this first overtime period as the ball goes back past through Hulbert. Ball comes through, and Rabidou had an opportunity there but was unable to collect it. Ball chested by Brothers and played by Joel Morris up. Looking for Gay. Ball handled by Doran. Doran heads the ball up, and this is Joel Morris running on the ball again, who he looks like he has a spark again. As Doran plays the ball up big. Harwood heads the ball over, and Rogers heads the ball back up. And the wind is in Chazy's face here. Ball played out to Duquette, and Duquette controls. Looking for Hicks, not there, but Rabidou misses that ball, and Hayden Gay's just not able to get back at all. And he looks like Garrow is going to come in for Gay with a minute left here. Rabidou makes a nice cut there and is going upfield past Noka Bailey. Here's an opportunity for Chazy as the ball is crossed over. That was Hicks who was able to control that ball, but not able to get the turn and make the run as Deedham plays the ball out. And Dylan Garrow is going to come on for Hayden Gay.
Down to under 40.
Oh, no, he's not. Who's coming off here?
Whoa.
Garrow's going to go on for Hicks. We are down to 29 seconds here. And Chazy really needs to handle this one quickly as we're down to 22 seconds left in the first overtime period. Rabidou takes the throw. Attempted to flick as Rogers controls. Rogers sends the ball in. Controlled by E-Town. Harwood takes Brothers down, but Doran plays the ball back, and we're headed to a second overtime period here. And so we'll have 15 more minutes of overtime. If nobody scores it, then we're going to go to PKs. We'll be back in a minute.
So here we go.
Okay, North Country soccer fans, here we are back in Plattsburgh High School. We are starting the second 15-minute overtime period between the E-Town Lions of Elizabethtown and the Eagles of Chazy. Austin Morris takes the dive, and they say no as Joel Morris controls the ball.
That's going to be a foul.
And E-Town's going to have a kick in a dangerous situation here.
He felt the pressure on his back, and he went down easily. It seemed like to me, at least.
Yeah, that was a smart dive.
exactly the 30, which makes it 40 yards out. Ball's at the end of the football field. 110-yard field. 120.
Brooks takes this kick, plays a big ball up.
Ball's high. Goes in.
Trent Blaze comes off and makes a great snag there. That was true to the challenge. He had his eye on that one all the way, and a great snag.
Nicely aggressive play, for sure.
He was in a crowd, and he didn't let that bother him. He just pulled it down. That was a great move there. That could be the one he needs to make this happen. Rabideau and Brooks go up, and Brooks goes down, but the ball is controlled by E-Town. Rabideau, or I'm sorry, Lapeer plays the ball up big, and it's controlled by Deedham. Brother steps in, and the ball goes ahead as Gay is back on the field and plays the ball up big to Noka Bailey. Noka Bailey looking for Austin Morris and unable to get there as this is Deedham looking to get up the side and was unable to as Cortland White plays a big ball up. Rogers lets that one go by as Doran comes out to control. Doran plays that ball up. Looking, and this is a throw in deep in Chazy territory.
97th minute of play.
So this will be Deedham taking the throw in for E-Town as Austin Morris comes off the field and Will Tompkins comes back on.
Deedham looking to throw it in.
Brothers will head this ball, trying to find Rabideau. And Rabideau was able to get there as Hicks is controlling. Hicks still has control of this ball, and but Whalen was able to take Hicks off that ball.
Possess the ball.
Ball is touched by Hayden Gay, but unable to control as Morris plays up and Doran heads the ball forward, finds his midfielders. Brothers touches over to Barrier. Barrier's knocked off the ball, but continues to control. Ball's played out to Hayden Gay. Hayden Gay with a limp in that stride out there, but he's still going. Ball crossed in and headed out by the E-Town defense. Controlled by the E-Town defense, but Gay steps in as a miscue is there as Barrier works the ball. Barrier knocks the guy down and controls as Brothers makes a shot, but it goes out and it'll be an E-Town goal kick.
You know, Hayden Gay is injured to the point where he's almost not worth having out there at this point in time.
So Lapeer looks to make the throw in here, or I'm sorry, the goal kick here. And we're down to 11:50 in the remaining period. Ball is up and goes over everybody as Rogers controls. Rogers finds Barrier. Barrier looks to pass to Brothers, but it's cut off by Joel Morris. Played out to Keegan O'Connor. Keegan O'Connor controls and is moving up the left side. O'Connor looking for Hicks, unable to get there, heads the ball forward, looking for Hicks again, still unable to get there as Barrier steps out and takes control. Barrier plays Brothers. Brothers makes a turn, decides he's going to go with it, but this time Barrier controls. Barrier takes a big shot again, but is still off and wide. He had space there, Lee. I think he ought to take a little space there.
Yeah, he's rushing his shots. It happened earlier in the game as well. Take a few more strides, get a good shot on goal. That's the key.
We're down under 11 minutes left in the overtime. The last overtime period here is Lapeer takes another goal kick. Up and over as Barrier controls. Barrier plays back to Morris. Morris plays a big ball out, and Doran controls. Doran has to play a big ball out, and Rabideau comes through and tries to get there, and I don't know what the foul was, but Chazy's got a kick from about
good distance out, but this is
about
good
37
range.
yards out.
This is good range for Doran.
Doran will be able to float a nice one in here. It's got to be they got to make sure they stay on sides with that trap and get the head with the ball going down. Doran decides how he's going to handle this one. Floats a nice ball in. This one's going to come down at the top of the box. Noka Bailey heads that ball out. Rogers goes over with Tompkins there, but Brothers heads the ball back up into the mixer. Barrier controls. This is Brothers controlling on the outside. He takes a nice touch as Noka Bailey tries to slide and take him off the ball, and he's unable to do so. Rogers misses as the ball's played back out and comes clear back out to Doran. Doran plays a big ball up, and I don't think O'Connor's going to be able to get there, and E-Town will have the throw in.
We are in the 101st minute of play.
We are at 9:30 left in this overtime as Number 8, Denton checks back in, and number 4, Hulbert comes off. Coach Bueller working hard to keep some fresher legs on the field and see what he can do, and Coach McCullough sticking with his veterans and trying a different strategy here. This is Rabideau controlling the space in the middle, but Cortland White has come up and play a big play, and that's Lapeer. Morris heads it backwards. Rogers comes up, plays the ball forward as he knocked Gay off the ball there, but the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a Chazy throw. That's a good help there, as that ball must have went off Gay, and Rogers is going to come up and take this throw.
Chazy now on the throw. Looking to get into the E-Town penalty area.
So Leah, I'm not sure, but I think maybe the rain has stopped.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Started a moment ago. Between the 2 overtime periods, we had a little gust of wind.
Ball's controlled by Hicks. Hicks makes a shot. Controlled by Lapeer. There it is! Chazy wins as Hayden Gay knocks in the overtime goal! Section 7 overtime as Chazy and Hayden Gay gets the rebound. Hicks puts a nice ball in there. Lapeer finally unable to control one. Hayden Gay chips the ball over, and Chazy will advance to play Section 10.
I'll eat crow on this one. I said Hayden Gay was too hurt to be out there. He put it in the net. Way to go, buddy.
He's laying on the field as his team smothers him, and that you got to give credit to Hicks on that. You got to give credit to Justin Lapeer, who has played an outstanding game in the net for E-Town and kept them in the. And the E-Town players are just devastated as they're laying on the field. Give them credit. They took this number 2 state-ranked team to 2 overtimes with 8:29 left before they were able to come back, as the Chazy boys will advance to regional play.
No shame for the E-Town Lions. No shame at all. They played an outstanding game. They had the right game plan. Chazy was just a bit too strong tonight.
So we're going to take a break here, and we'll get ready for the trophy presentation for the sectional final here. Okay, we're back, and we're going to have the trophy presentation. I see Coach Chris LaRose down there on the at the center, and he's going to present the trophy. The Section 7 boys coordinator is actually Rob McCullough, but since it's his team, Mr. LaRose, who is a great coach for Plattsburgh and just a great guy all the way around, is going to present the trophy on his behalf. And as the boys shake hands, and I think there's some good mutual admiration here on both sides. Just a great game by everyone. E-Town needs to hold their head high. They played a tremendous game. They worked really hard. They gave it everything they had. Justin Lapeer steps up for many saves, and probably 2 or 3 great saves to keep them in there. And just a great game all the way around. And Austin Morris hugging a lot of the Chazy boys. And there's a lot of good friends on the other sides of these, on both sides of these teams.
Yeah, they certainly earned a measure of respect today. Not that they didn't have it already, but it just goes to show that the classes of Section 7 Class D soccer is real strong.
Coach Bueller finishes congratulating the Chazy boys, and he and Rob McCullough meet at center field with a hug, not just a handshake. You know, they're great friends. Great rivalry has been going on for years as we prepare for the trophy presentation here. And Coach McCullough and his assistant John Tregan go out and shake the hands of the referees. I think the referees did an outstanding job in this game, Lee.
Yeah, they really did. It's a tough game to referee. So much intensity, such a rivalry. They did a fine job.
Okay, so as I said, there's Coach Chris LaRose from Plattsburgh standing on our 50-yard line here at Plattsburgh, and as he sends the captains for Chazy, Josh Barrier and Hayden Gay, go out to receive the Section 7 championship trophy for Class D, and there they raise it, and there the team goes, and they're all going to celebrate their victory, and this is going to be a great bus ride home for Chazy tonight. Lee, I love working with you. This is the first time you and I work together. I think we're a great team here, and I hope we get to do this again.
Thank you, Sean. It was a lot of fun. We did a great job.
I think we'll have opportunity maybe next weekend for the girls' games, because I'm sure Joey and Fish will probably be over there on Wiry again. So perhaps you and I can work with Calvin, and we'll work on the regional games. We'll be right here at Plattsburgh High School. a week from today, so that's going to be November 9th. And I know this is going to be delayed as everybody watches this, but some great soccer here tonight. Both Chazy teams advance, and they will be taking on the Section 10 foes yet to be determined, as they are still in the quarterfinal rounds, working their way through, and we'll